Hello, my friends. Welcome to Thinking Differently with Kathy Rhodes. I'm Kathy, and I'm thrilled that you're joining us. If this by chance is your first time, welcome. Welcome. We have many videos, a wide variety of topics. Particularly this week, we're going to hone in on a wellness topic. We have a few of these wellness pop-ups, so I hope that you're able to find value from these very simple types of habits we could change. If this is not your first time, by the way, welcome back. Thank you for always joining in and being so interactive. Please keep the emails coming. If, by the way, you love what you're hearing and you love this channel, make sure you subscribe and like and share with all your friends. All right, today's topic. Well, before we dive in, I'm curious. What smell will take you back in time to a memory? What is it? What is it that when you smell it, it takes you right back to some point in your memory? For me, there's a few. First of all, boiling celery. Like when you're making a soup, okay, or a stew, when you put celery and it starts to boil, takes me right back to my grandma's house. Oh, love that smell. Love that smell. To me, it's very cozy. It's very homey. Here's another one. There's some particular flowers, particularly hibiscus, an orchid, plumeria. All of these are Hawaiian flowers. And it takes me right back to the open air airport in Honolulu, Hawaii. Oh, I can remember getting off the airplane into the terminal and just having this wave of flower smells coming my way. And to be honest, I'm not one to really love anything that has a flower scent to it. But that real flowers, real Hawaiian flowers, I can just feel the moist air. I can be right back there in Honolulu. I asked my husband this question, and his is burning leaves. You know, like on a fall evening after the neighbors rake up the leaves. Back in his childhood days, they would all put it in the roadway and burn them, start them on fire, and it would just create this cloud in the whole community. So it takes him right back to his hometown. I'm sure there's something, right? There's something that you're thinking about, some smell, some scent that can take you right back to a certain moment. Well, let's talk about the power of smell. Us human beings can detect over 1 trillion scents. 1 trillion scents. And supposedly dogs smell more than we do. I mean, there's a lot of smells out there, right? Well, here, I'm going to get a little geeky with you, okay? There's a direct connection in our brain. Our sense of smell is directly connected to the limbic section. Now, I do a lot of speaking and teaching on the limbic section of our brain. It's the part of our brain that's responsible for emotions and memories and even arousal. So this is why scents can trigger vivid memories and really intense feelings. Okay, you want me to get a little more geeky? This is all because the olfactory bulb in our brain, it's located close to the hippocampus. So let me back up. The olfactory bulb, it's located in the bottom side of our brain, just above our nasal cavities. Okay, which makes sense, right? If we're smelling through our nose, it's going to affect that part of our brain. Well, the hippocampus, the other piece, that is responsible for processing memories. Okay, that's where actually memories are formed. So the fact that the olfactory bulb is close to the hippocampus, I mean, all of this just quickly connects. It almost creates a lot of magic in our brains. The different scents that we smell, they can affect and influence our mood, our behavior, even danger, our creativity, attraction, appetite. I bet you already know this, right? I bet well, for example, celery. Boiling celery takes me back to my grandma's house and makes my stomach growl. It just makes me hungry because, you know, she could be creating a great soup recipe and I'm ready to try it. You already know all of this, and you see it in action. Think about this. Have you ever been in a non-food store and they popped popcorn and gave it away free to their customers? Oh, and by the way, they place it really far in the back part of the store. You have to walk through the store to get to the free popcorn. Why do they do this? Why do they do this? Or how about the accounting firms? This has been a trend. The accounting firms who bake cookies in their front lobby. They're not in the cookie business. They're baking cookies in the front lobby. Why do they do this? Well, first of all, accountants want their office space to smell inviting. They don't want to smell like a stuffy corporate headquarters, right? I mean, the stores, well, they know that when they appeal to your hunger, you're going to buy more. Let's pop popcorn. Manufacturers know this too. Manufacturers of anything, they like to add certain fragrances to our products that we buy for a reason. They know that when it smells good, when it triggers certain memories, we're going to buy more. I mean, think about it. Candles, air fresheners, even shampoo, deodorant, cleaning products. When we like the smell of it, we're going to buy more. Okay, at this point is when I want some red flashing lights and I want big sirens to be going off, because right now I have a huge beware that I'm shouting out to you. At this point, when you're buying things because they smell amazing, beware, beware, beware. Anything that smells good, but the smell is not coming from its original source, is a toxin. Let's back up. What's an original source? Well, if it smells like flowers, it should be coming from a flower. If it smells like an orange, it should be coming from an orange. If it smells like fresh air, it should be coming from the fresh air. Or a spice, like cinnamon, it should be coming from that spice. Fake smells is a chemical. It's a toxin. And toxins hurt our brain. Other toxins that we're probably familiar with are things like mold, pesticides, BPA, right? That's a huge thing to get out of the plastics that we drink out of. Fragrances are no different than these toxins, and they truly are hurting our brain. They're reducing the size of the brain, they're reducing the functionality of our brain. Anything with a fragrance in it, and when I say that, I mean the word fragrance is in the ingredients list. Or the word parfum, P-A-R-F-U-M. Anything with these words, well, they contain phthalates. I think we actually should pronounce it phthalates. It's spelled P-H-T-H-A-L-A-T-E-S. But let me kind of digest that or break that down a little bit. That ingredient in their ingredient list, it helps the fragrance stick so that we can smell good all day long, or we smell good hours later. You ever put on a deodorant and you can still smell that deodorant on somebody a few hours later? Original sourced fragrances, the scent doesn't stay for a long time. But chemically created fragrances, they do. Now, fragrances also have carcinogens and allergens and other toxic chemicals. Reading ingredients has become a trend within the foods that we eat, but we really need to read the ingredients of non-food items. So let's take, for example, the fragrance, the word fragrance or parfum. I have some items with me here today, and I'm going to show you their ingredient list zoomed in. I took pictures of the ingredients list because, first of all, I couldn't even read it without zooming in on my camera. But I have right here in front of you, or in front of me, I just have my shampoo and conditioner. I just grabbed it out of the shower this morning, took a picture of the ingredients list, and look at this. Sure enough, right there at the end of the fragrance list, it says fragrance, parfum. Many times the words fragrance or parfum will be at the end of the ingredients list. But look at my conditioner. That one's just flat out in the middle. I believe the order of the ingredients might tell us something as far as the quantity of the ingredients. But I'm not quite sure on that. Regardless, we got to kind of do some digging. I mean, even when I look at any of these ingredients within this list, I don't even know what these are. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. By the way, there are many laws in many different countries that really demand the manufacturers to share truly what's in their product. So that's why we see such, maybe long ingredient lists. But there's one piece of their product they don't have to divulge the list, and that's in the fragrance. That's like their secret ingredient. All they have to put is fragrance. All they have to put is parfum. They don't have to go into much more detail. But just know those words probably mean chemicals. They probably mean phthalates. They probably mean things that are going to affect us and really put it into the toxin list. So, there's just examples of things right off my shelf. Ugh! Just know this is where chemicals are hiding. Here's another one that I love. I love the little plug-in wall Scentsy type of room fresheners. I love the wax melts that we get to put in those. I love that because it's not a fire hazard. They don't get super hot, so in case if the dog touches it or I touch it, I'm not going to burn myself. But when I went out and I did some searching for truly ingredients that's in the wax melts, one particular company, it says that it contains paraffin wax, it contains fragrance oils, and sometimes DEP. That stands for dethyl phthalate. Dethyl phthalate? Not sure how to pronounce some of these words, but the fact that the word phthalate is in it means that every time I have my plug-in turned on, it's putting these toxins into the air that I breathe. Great. It's not what I want, is it? Here's what I want. I want to smell good. And I want my spaces to smell good. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, here is your health challenge of the week. I have 5 items for you to choose from. I know, by the way, I know this can be overwhelming. I mean, it's kind of like when you're enlightened into the hazard of plastic. Suddenly you can't get away from plastic. But now you have just a little bit more knowledge. So here's 5 things you can choose from. The first one, please remember that clean does not smell. Think about that. If something is clean, it doesn't smell. So avoid clean smelling products. If it says it has a fresh air smell or a fresh smell or a clean smell, well, it's probably chemically induced. So avoid that, right? Maybe we should just go get ourselves a little dust mitt that is microfiber and attracts the dust rather than spraying something on a cleaning cloth. As well as this whole idea of clean does not smell, regularly dusting, Swiffering, vacuuming, that's going to help remove toxins that are in the air that form to dust. So keeping a clean environment. I mean, to be completely honest, as soon as this video is over, I'm just going to use my dust mitt that's here with me in my office because, sometimes I forget to clean my office. It matters. Your car, your office, your home, your space, wherever it is, it's going to get dusty, and it's allowing those toxins to just kind of settle and for us to breathe in it again when they're stirred. So keep a clean space. All right, number 2, remove the items from your space. That's just easy to remove. It's easy to find a replacement. For me, this was candles. I really started to get an idea of removing candles from my home when I realized that it kind of creates a sooty disposal on my ceilings, like a soot halo on my ceilings. And I always live in homes that have high ceilings, and I hate painting high places. So years ago I thought, let's just do away with candles. There's been times I've left the house and they were still burning, and then I started learning that candles they also have carcinogens in them, which is cancer-inducing, and they have fake fragrance, which is a toxin. So maybe it's something like your candles. Get rid of them. Something else? Choose it. Make it easy. All right, number 3, when you're out shopping for new things, like let's say you need more shampoo, you need more conditioner, you need more deodorant, you need more whatever, look for phthalate-free. We don't want anything that says fragrance or parfum. Now, I'll be honest, it's going to be hard when you go to a common store. It's going to be really hard to find things without fragrance or parfum in the ingredient list. Sometimes we have to go more online. Sometimes we have to go more a boutique, someplace that's really specializing in being a little healthier in the products that you put on your body. But look for things that are phthalate-free, that are paraben-free. We want to do away with that. We don't need that extra toxin on us. Make sure that you just make your own stuff. I mean, if you can't find it on the shelf, if you can't buy it somewhere, make your own. There are so many wonderful recipes out there. By the way, I'm going to share with you here a wonderful recipe for mint body scrub. I use this in the shower, and all it is sugar and coconut oil and peppermint extract and a little green food coloring. I mean, it's kind of like wet sand when you use it. Oh, it smells wonderful while I'm in the shower. It softens my legs. Make your own. You know, here's another one is make your own laundry detergent. Here's another recipe for you to make your own laundry detergent. You don't need your neighbors to be able to smell when you are doing laundry. Clean doesn't have a smell. So these items, a little safer than all the chemical and fragrance-induced options that we have out on the shelves. All right, another option then. The option 5 of a healthy habit, use essential oils or products with essential oils in it. Instead of buying the things that don't tell you what's in it, they just say, hey, there's a fragrance of some sort. Use something with an essential oil. By the way, essential oils come directly from the source. A lavender essential oil is coming from a lavender plant. Orange essential oil is coming from the orange zest. Okay, cinnamon's coming from cinnamon. This is coming from the original source. Here's an example. So here is a homemade lotion that I bought, and I took a picture, so I'm going to share with you the ingredients list. I know what these ingredients are. So what's in here? Purified water. Oh, I know what that is. Coconut oil, honey beeswax, mustard seed, sodium bicarbonate. To be honest, not sure exactly what that is. I know sodium is salt. That would probably be the only ingredient that I was kind of like, oh, I got to Google that one. But then there's cranberry extract, concentrate, and natural essence. Natural essence is like the essential oils. This lotion is much better than the other stuff that I have in my bathroom. Okay, here's another example that uses essential oil. Have you ever heard of potpourri? Now seriously, I don't sell any of this stuff, right? I'm not making a dime on any of this. But this is just the fun stuff that I found out there that uses essential oils. And by the way, pourri has much more than just potpourri. They have home pourri and pet pourri and car pourri and a lot of products to help your space smell better, and they're using essential oils to do it. I did a little research on potpourri. This is a spray that you spray into the toilet before you go poo. And this will lock the scent of your poo under the water. Oh, wow, right? What I love most about this, I mean, I think they started their business in 2006. What I love most is it's more than just me that's looking for these solutions. And yeah, it may not be on the shelf of every store right now, but it will be soon. A lot of these go to their website. They give sales like free shipping over so many dollars. I mean, the options are out there. And here's another. I go to a lot of farmers markets and craft markets, and I love going to those things. And many people sell their own wax melts. And take a look at this. This one uses tallow. Tallow comes from cows. Tallow and essential oils. This one is lavender wax melts, soy beeswax blend, essential oils. They're out there. People are making them. One more option for you, or one more idea, is dryer sheets are not healthy for you. You ever notice how they go into the dryer kind of thick, but they come out paper thin, right? Chemical being put under your clothes, and now you wear it all day. Get yourself some dryer balls. They're made out of wool, and they never die. and pour some essential oils, just a few drops on each of your dryer balls. before you dry your clothes. I mean, I love to put lavender drops on my dryer balls before I dry my sheets or my towels. That's wonderful smell right when you're going to bed or right when you're coming out of the shower. Lots of options and lots of ease of use that we have out there today. So my friends, now you're more aware. Toxins are hurting your brain. They're gonna hurt your efficiencies. They're gonna hurt the age of your brain, the size of your brain. Get rid of the toxins. Wherever you can, or gradually as you can, get rid of the toxins and choose something that's healthier for you. And truly, still smells amazing. I hope I've challenged you to think differently today. And I hope you'll be back next time because we're gonna talk about another wellness challenge. I'll see you then.